Firstly, I would like to start by thanking Vesa and the community to allow me to represent the work my team is doing in Microsoft Lists. Today, I'm excited to talk about the SharePoint List Agent, which is a new offering that we have released for Microsoft 365 Copilot users. I'll keep this the next few minutes simple so that folks who are not yet acclimatized with SharePoint lists also are able to follow what the project is about. So yeah. Microsoft List today is an M365 offering that allows users to track and manage information, anything like assets, requests, issues, projects, etc. But creating a Microsoft List today is requires some amount of know-how and requires time. So any user goes to SharePoint or goes to Microsoft List, they start with creating a list. They have to visualize the columns, they have to add the column types, and then add the data as well. So we thought, with the help of Copilot, can we make it simpler for users to get started with Microsoft Lists? As simple as just writing a couple of lines of plain English, and you have the list that you're looking for along with all of the data inside. And that is where we came up with the SharePoint List Agent. It allows users to simply explain the kind of list that they want, and if they want to ground it on any of their work data or web data, and in a matter of moments, you have a ready list available, which they can start working on. Right. So in essence, it is basically reduces the effort to create a list, gives a lot of flexibility to the users on where they want to keep the list, etc., and brings in all of the intelligence that allows the agent to capture work data from multiple sources and seamlessly structure it inside the list. Who can access it today? The list can be accessed by anyone with a Microsoft 365 Copilot license. It is available wherever you have Copilot chat, inside Teams, on the web app, desktop app, etc. When you go, it can be simply installed from the Copilot agent store. So an end user or an admin can choose to enable it for themselves. And I'll show across in the next slides on where you can find it, etc. But in essence, all you need to access the agent is a Copilot license. Simple steps to get started. We go to the Copilot agent store. You search for the SharePoint list agent, or in the section where it shows agents from Microsoft, you will see the SharePoint list agent. You install it. You can either directly open the agent or you open your mainline chat on Copilot. You mention the agent and describe whatever your intent is. And the agent will walk you through the next steps, will guide you, and eventually create the list that you're looking for. I will walk you through a simple demo on what this list could be used for, but extrapolating it can be used for anything like tracking issues from a bug bash that you organized last week. It could be anything that you are tracking in terms of assets or inventory. It could be projects that you're tracking in an Excel. It could be requests that you've received in an email and you want to collate all of it in a list. So there are multiple use cases that you can use the agent for. Like I described, you will see the SharePoint list agent. You see the agent and the agent description. You add the agent to your list of agents, and you simply start by describing. So here we are taking spare parts inventory Excel to track and collaborate on for procurement scenarios. So I just went to the agent. I asked it. I tagged an Excel and I asked them that create a list with the information which is here. And I'll just rewind a little. The agent explained what it is going to do. It'll extract the data. If there are multiple sheets, the agent will ask which sheet you want to take it from, etc. and then it will extract the data and show you a sample preview of what the data will look like. So agent has described these are the kind of columns that we will be creating on the list and the sample rows that are there. So now the agent requests you to choose where you want to keep it, store the list. You could store it in a SharePoint site of your choosing, or you can just store it in My List, which is in your OneDrive. So you see a site picker where you can choose the location. I've chosen a SharePoint site, and here I click confirm, and the agent will take care of creation. So here the agent automatically understands the data and maps it to the relevant column types of lists and provides you with the final URL of the list created. Now you can open this list and do any sort of collaboration or post creation, editing, etc. Directly. Right. So if you see, it has automatically detected the choice pills, it had automatically detected the dates, the quantities, the currency, etc. And it has created a list for you. Um, Uh, like I mentioned, there are multiple use cases you can use the agent for. It could be anything that you are relatively working on. So for a engineering manager, it might be a list of issues that their team is working on, or bugs their team is working on. A procurement manager could track inventory. An admin could track event and requests that are coming in. So you can, as per your requirement, choose the scenario that you want, and and the agent helps to scan all of your work data or web data as per your requirement and collates all of the information. Currently, you can ground your data on anything Copilot can access. So, for example, your Outlook emails, your Teams chats, meetings, Excel files, CSVs, etc. We are still working on these sources to allow larger files to be supported on the agent, etc. Today, there is a limitation on the data size that you can extract, but we are currently working on improving that as we speak. And that brings me to what are the other limitations today. Uh, as I explained, the scenario is a very simple scenario where you have an intent and you get a straightforward list created from that. This is a very simple list today. It currently does not have layers such as formatting or views or forms, automations, etc. And this is a create only scenario as of today. The agent today does not support editing, adding of data, querying data through the agent. However, looking forward, we are looking at a lot of improvements to the agent. We are hearing the feedback from all of you, and we are also planning on how can we make list creation even more powerful, even more simpler. And that is where we will soon be working on showing richer schema preview directly within the agent chat, out of the box views, native forms depending on the scenario. So for example, if it is asset request, asset tracking list, there will be an asset request form that might get created alongside with the list. We will be allowing much larger data sizes, larger Excels, larger files that the agent can absorb and extract data from. You'll be able to uh, vibe code with the agent, multi-turn, explain changes, view the changes in the preview, and till you're satisfied, you can have the updates happening. And you will also be able to eventually analyze data that the list is created or query questions from the data and get insights. So a long list of improvements that we are already planning for the list agent. Um, so yeah, what I would what all of you to take away is creating lists is now as simple as giving a plain language prompt, uh, or you have any structured information, and you can convert directly into a list, and you can choose your preference of location and save it. All of it grounded on your work data or web data as per your requirement, right? I would definitely request all of you to share your questions on chat, and as well as go ahead and try out the agent and give us feedback. You can use the in agent feedback thumbs up, thumbs down that you see, or you can use the Microsoft List feedback portal to give us more feedback. And that was all from my side.